We are standing in front of UPSC Bhavan. Today is the interview session of the most prestigious exam of India, and most of the candidates are inside, but still we have got one of them, and we would just like to see his experience, how it is. So, sir, what's your name, please?
My name is Shahancha Kes, and I'm from Kerala.
You're from Kerala. Yes, nice meeting you, Shansha. And what's your education background?
I have done my graduation in mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
Yes.
So, what motivated you to pursue UPSC?
I was an athlete, and being in athletics was a dream for me. But in 2013, I was met with an injury, and my athletics career came to an end. Then after that, I discussed with my parents. My academics was good, so subsequently I turned into civil services. Yes.
So what all challenges did you face in during the preparation, and how did you overcome them?
See, we always say that civil service is a black hole. So
Right.
because once you are in, you're always in. It always sucks you up.
Until
So until unless you are out of it. And the first and foremost, we always say that in civil service, it's not the IQ, it is the EQ. Emotional quotient matters more. Because one thing that is for sure in civil service is failure. The way you take the failure, the way you can come up of the failure, and how much strong you are to come up with all the mental pressures, the depression phases you come up. This is my 8th attempt, and I have been through many ups and downs. Many times getting selected, many times not getting selected. Many interviews not going, many interviews selecting.
Yeah.
So it has been a mixed bag for me. And first and foremost, I would say is mental caliber. It matters more in civil. So than X percentage of your marks or your IIT gold medal. Best thing is if you're mentally strong, this is the thing for you.
Those are very wise words, huh? Nice. Okay. So let's coming back to your interview. So, which board was yours?
I got Manoj Joshi sir.
So was the board cordial? How was the environment over there, or what were you feeling? How was the overall experience?
The board was very cordial, and I was very happy after interview. I think I was able to perform. I don't know the way they mark, but that inherent happiness you have now after this much preparation, this much of effort you put in. I was happy. I was able to perform. I was able to exchange my thoughts on certain topics, and the members were accepting them. And I think that was a good interaction I had. Based on marks, I don't know how they judged me, but I had a very good interaction with them.
Let's hope for the best for the marks. Okay. So what all questions like do you want to share any type of question that were asked, like static or current affair, like what percentage were there?
It was not static or current affairs, it was purely opinion based. So there are different challenging situations that our country faces: farmers' protests, stone pelting, or the theatre commands, or the Kerala issues. There are many challenging situations that our country faces, and the members want to know how I see the situation, how as a citizen of the country, how I understand the situation, what my opinions are, what are the way forward.
Right.
So as such, it was a lot of an interaction and opinions. So it was not current affairs. They did not ask me jargons. They did not question whether I remember X thing or Y thing. That way I was very happy. They were more into knowing whether I know something or whether how the interaction goes on. So it was good.
I believe that the experience is very good, and we hope that these things go. Okay, so a couple of more questions. I believe it's good. Yeah. So one more is what do you think the importance of DAF is there for the interview? And did you practice any mock interviews or something like that?
Dark is the basic thing. It is like you call now your what do you call? It's your bio life. It is with them. It is what defines what you are, and you should be very careful while filling your DAF. You should not You should not try to mock them or write anything that is not you are. It is it is who you are. It is in front of the panel that defines who you are, and it is they understand you from the DAF. So it should be you in the DAF. Your personalities, your interest areas, your academics, your matriculation marks, your hobby areas. So it is in fact the DAF should indicate who you are, and it should be in such a way that the members can understand your inherent potentials in you. So it is very important in a personality test.
And what about the mock interviews? How many mock did you practice, or you didn't practice at all?
No, mock interviews again are very important. More than mock interviews, you going back and seeing your mock interviews, your videos are more important. Mirror exercise is very important because in mock interviews, more than the X number of questions you ask, you can understand your basic personalities, the way you handle, the way when you are in critical situation, where in a pressure situation, whether you make a lot of hand movements, your facial expression changes, or you try to assert yourself. So that is a mirror to yourself. Mock interviews are very much important. It sports the weaknesses. Having said that, there are many things in the market in terms of mock interviews. You should not go and give all the interviews, because these are very subjectual things, and any member give their own viewpoints. I have myself had experience in which very variant discussion debates were given. I was doubting whether that is true or not. So you should take it with a pinch of salt. Take whatever you want, otherwise leave it. Mocks are important.
Okay, so as you have cleared up prelims and mains, and now you're going for the interview, and that means you're done for the interview. Like this attempt is totally done for you, okay? And like whatever is there, and they're gonna be putting out the result out there. So we hope that you pass and you become an officer and you serve our country as best as you can. So I just want to know what all tips or what all advice that you want to give to the upcoming aspirants, so that they don't make the mistake, or they can perform well for the future attempts.
The major advice is that in the market, what happens is there is flush of information. Don't end up reading everything. Be practical. Take help from mentors. Those are toppers. Take them. Go through their area they were working. And what do, you get the papers, their previous papers, go through them, how they write the answers, or go through the notes they have made, how they are making notes. Based on that, you strategize your preparation. Don't go blindly. And the most important thing, it's nothing impossible here. It's always possible, provided that you are on the right path, and most importantly, you can handle the worst phase. Everything. So that is the best part. If you can do that, this is the best thing, and this is possible. If you are doing well, this is possible.
Heartily congratulations to you. So as you have cleared your prelims and mains, and we hope for the best, that you also do your interview, and we hope that you get the post you want, you get the cadre you want, you get the like what's your dream job that you get, and you serve our country as best as you can. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much for you.
Hi, this is Jaswinder Singh from Target UPSC. Today we are standing in front of UPSC Bhavan. We're one of the candidates, okay, and they're just given the interview. So we would like to just ask your experience, what it is, okay. So ma'am, please can you tell us what your education background is?
Yeah, so I've done a BA LLB, 5-year integrated degree in law.
So ma'am, where are you from?
I'm from Mumbai.
Okay, so what persuaded you or what motivated you to pursue your career in UPSC civil service exam?
So what I feel that the civil services gives overall is a very good platform from which you can do work for benefit of society as a whole. It is also a very structured and good job. From the time that you are in the beginning, you're doing policy implementation, you go on to policy formulation, and it gives you a good leadership role at the beginning of your career. So this motivated me to give this exam.
That's very deep thought, right? Okay, so what all challenges did you face during these times?
So I think the main challenge with the exam is not as much of content, and it is more about understanding the content as well as having the dedication that you require in order to give so many hours and so many years to this examination.
Right.
So I think that having a very smart strategy where you limit your sources, you do a lot of revision, as well as you create an environment for yourself where you're able to understand what are the needs of this exam and work only in that direction, that I would say is the most important part.
Very well said. Okay, so as you have cleared prelims and mains, so first of all we like to heartily congratulate you. So can you just tell us few points, like what do you think went in your way, or what went right for you, so that you were able to clear your prelims and mains, and now you're giving the interview?
So I think if we're talking about prelims, while I was studying, I made sure that I created a very good system for myself to revise. So whenever I would particularly finish any book or any source, I would make sure that I have short notes or have short questions or bullet points which would help me recollect that source completely. I would also think that I put a lot of effort into solving many past papers, as well as solving a lot of mock institutes prelims test series, and that allowed me to put myself in the mind frame of solving MCQs before I walked in. When it comes to mains, I think a broad understanding is very important, with only understanding key facts across various disciplines of mains, and also practicing completing the papers in a timed format. I think those were the three most important things.
And what all do you practice for the interview?
So I gave a few mock interviews and I prepared my DAF, my hobbies, and my work experience well. And I think the main thing about the interview is to be very active in the interview itself. Anticipate that the questions will be varied from what you had prepared, and that you must come up with an answer at that point. It's also important to be humble and be able to say that you don't know the solution, any kind of solution to that event.
Okay, so I forgot to ask you, like, which board did you have, and was the board cordial enough to understand the situation, and what was your overall experience with respect to your interview?
I had Sujata Mehta ma'am's board, and it was very good. The board was very cordial. They asked broad questions and they were willing to listen to my answers. And I think overall it was a very good experience. It was a very low pressure conversational experience. It did not feel like a cross examination of that sort.
So, what was the focus of the questions? Was it more on the static side, or on the current side, or on the DAF mainly they were asking, or what kind of like?
I think the questions were current and related to my educational background, which is law. So there were questions of judiciary, different laws, pendency, and things like that.
Right. Okay. So I guess couple of more questions. Yes. So what is the importance of optional for clearing the mains, like, and reaching the interview?
So, I mean, of course, optional is very important in terms of the paper because it contributes to 2 out of your 7 mains marking papers. People often talk about one optional doing well, one optional not doing well, etc. But I think, stick to your educational background or stick to an optional which has good resources available,
Right.
as like when it comes to test series or it comes to notes or coaching institutions, and you would be able to clear this part of the exam. Optional requires more than anything else interest because you are trying to redo almost what we do over the course of 3 years at law school in 2 examinations. So if you're interested in your optional, you would be able to do well on that paper.
Thank you so much for this. One last question. Okay, so as you have reached the interview, so there are many aspirants now. They are joining, and they want to become an IAS officer or hold a post in the system. So, what all tips or advice do you want to give it to them so that they can also pursue their career well and they can reach this status?
So I think, it is an examination that requires you to put away both your social as well as professional life away for the 2 years that the examination takes. 1 year of preparation and 1 year of actually giving the examination. So I think, students should be 100% dedicated and give it their 100%. Should also ensure that they're getting the right guidance so that they're making efforts in the right direction. And I think that would allow anyone to get success in the exam.
Thank you so much for this, and we heartily congratulate you for clearing the prelims and mains, and we hope that you become and you clear the interview and you become the officer that you want to be and you serve our nation well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.